Today we're going to be going over how to add custom enchants in Minecraft using simple things like commands with datapacks. Okay, so final product would kind of let things looking like this. We got a sword, we got the extra enchant called Poison 2, Weakness 2. We have this Illusion's Grip with a Wither 1 and Poison 3 and Slowness 2. We have a Lightning Bow. We have an ultimate chest plate with a few of my extra things like demonic speed, and I just named some of the other ones off. We got some haste 2, speed 2, so they all work, right? So if we put on this super chest plate, right? So the demonic will give us darkness and strength. Speed 2 will give us the speed 2. Fire resistance gives us fire. Saturation gives us saturation. Resistance gives us resistance 2. Haste gives us haste. Luck is the luck. The toughness here is that 8 max health at the bottom. That one's the easiest one of all of them to add. So we have all the effects, right? We're very strong, lots of damage. Okay, and then the weapons work a little differently, but they're also not too bad to add. So if we add in this poison sword, grab a villager to show that it will work. Grab that, and then boom, poison. Or one of my favorite ones is this levitation. So if I go ahead and hit this villager with my levitation stick, starts floating in the air, and he's taking some wither damage. The thing is, it only works if you are within 3 blocks of him. Well, you can extend that. I can show you how, but I find that for balancing purposes, that way it's not every time you hit him. If it's farther away, it won't give it to him, but if you're up close, like that, it'll give it to him. And yeah, so let's go on over how do we actually do that. Okay, it may look like a lot, but we're going to go over this super simply. All you need to look at is these 4 lines, and all we're doing is copying, pasting that, and just changing up some values, okay? So for the armor, all we're just going to do is we're looking at everybody that has an inventory slot. So 103 is our helmet, this is the chest plate, this is the leggings, and this is our boots. All we're looking for is a custom tag, which I'll go over on how to add that to an item. And then we're just going to give them the effect if they're wearing that, and if they're wearing that specific thing in their inventory in that specific slot. Whatever effect we want to choose, right? So if glowing is it, we're going to give them glowing 1 infinitely, as long as they're wearing that, right? And that's for any of these spots. So to give us that item, right, we'll go to our favorite friend MC Stacker, and we're just going to go ahead and do /give. Right, let's just grab any piece of armor. We'll go with the helmet. Okay. And then the custom tag, right? This is where we said that we wanted to have that glowing 1B. That's our tag that we grabbed right here. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and grab that, throw it in the custom tags. And then if we want the players to see it, we can add something called the lore. So I say glowing 1, right? And then glowing for me is yellow, and I make it italics. So it looks like that. If we wanted to add a second custom enchant on it, we would just go ahead and hit the plus here for the line. So we have another thing of lore. If we wanted to add strength, right? We could add strength. This just gives us strength 1 permanently, and we have it so that it gives us on the helmet slot. And our custom tag is just strength 1B. Right, so let's go back over here. If we wanted to add strength 1, for me it's going to look dark red is the color that I chose for it. So strength 1, and over here we're going to add a comma, and then we're going to add our custom tag. So strength 1B. Keep misspelling strength. Okay. So this item will have the tags strength and glowing, and it's going to have this. So if we go ahead and copy this code, go bring it back into our world that has the data pack. Okay, we're going to go ahead and paste this in. So we have glowing and strength. We get this on, we get our glowing and strength values. Okay. Now then, for the weapons, if we struggle over down here, it's even less work because we don't have the 4 slots. It's just gonna be the 1 line of code. So all we're doing is we're looking at our selected item, and if it has the tag, and then we have a scoreboard, right? There is a scoreboard that we have to add, which we put into the load function. Okay, so we're going to create a scoreboard called hit. Okay, and this is a built-in scoreboard that tracks damage getting dealt in Minecraft. And again, all the commands will be in the description for ease of use. So we're going to throw that in there, and then all we're checking to see if it is 1 or less, okay, or 1 or more. And then we're going to go ahead and give the effect. This is the distance we're talking about. So I said 3 blocks. You can extend that to be 4, which would be the farthest a player can hit somebody and get the effect. And then we're just looking at their hurt time, and then we're just going to give them the effect. So the hurt time has a little issue that I found, where if they are taking damage over time, if they're taking damage at any point and you're holding out your weapon, so if this villager took fall damage, let's demonstrate it here. So let's say I pushed him off of here and he took some fall damage. He just got the effects even though I never hit him. It's because he's within 3 blocks and he took damage. It's the only bug that I found with this one, but other than that, it's all good. It works relatively well in that sense. And so, yeah, we can just choose whatever effect we want to give them. And then to give the player that weapon, let's go ahead and grab ourselves a sword. Right, so looking at the custom tag. Again, you can make the tag whatever you want it to be. So let's go ahead and grab in a Wither 3 tag. So we'll just copy paste that tag over here. And again, all we have to do is separate with the commas. If we wanted to add in like poison 3 as well. And then same thing, we just go to the lore, go ahead and grab our Wither 3. I set my color to be dark purple because black won't show up. Add an extra line of text. Add in the poison 3. Okay, italics, and let's make it green. There it is. So let's just copy paste this. There it is. So go ahead and put him in. We hit him. He's got the wither and poison, taking him down to do a lot of damage. Now, as you can see, there is no enchanted glow with this. If you don't want to have normal enchants, you can always just go ahead and go to the enchantments and hit the glint only so it has the glow of it. So it'll look right like that. So it looks enchanted. Alright, that's just for the aesthetics of it. And then for the other enchants that we saw, like toughness for the health, that is super easy. We don't need any data pack for it. All we do is go to our attribute modifier, add some health. So for toughness 8, we get 8 health in the main hand. And so then we can just add another line of code. Or for the lore, so we can add toughness, right? 8. We'll set to whatever color we want. We can make it white. And then we don't need any tag, right? Because all we're doing is adding an attribute modifier. But if we're adding an attribute modifier and it's a weapon, we've got to be careful because it's going to lose its data value, its damage value. So we have to go ahead and insert its attack damage to whatever we want. I'm just going to keep it as the Iron Sword main one. So we'll just bring that back in. And now we have the toughness. So if we go into survival, we have those extra hearts. And that's just through that simple command. And that one works for armor and swords the exact same way. Super simple. Super easy. As far as making the data pack, there's a lot of tutorials out there on how to do that. All we're using is the tick function file inside of our namespace and then functions. Okay. That's where all of the effects are going to be stored there. If you want it to be in just a specific armor slot, so for me, I have Holy is only a helmet enchant. So all I'm doing is I'm keeping the same slot effect. And this one's going to give 3 different effects, right? Because they all have the same tag, so it's just Holy down. And then we're going to give them glowing, strength, and resistance. Yeah. And that'll be all. That's how you make custom enchants in Minecraft.